This video is for women navigating perimenopause who want to make the transition as naturally as possible, but don't really understand how to navigate all the things. And there is a common problem that I see, especially as a naturopathic doctor. I'm a doctor of Chinese medicine. I practice functional medicine. I have a really broad skill set. And the problem I see for women trying to DIY this time is the people that you're looking to, if all they have is a hammer, you keep becoming a nail, right? Like the gut health person is going to give you a gut health protocol and say, that is the thing. If you do a gut cleanse, you'll lose weight, you'll balance your hormones, you'll feel like $1,000,000. Is there a lot of truth to that? Yeah, gut cleanses are amazing, but is that true for every woman navigating perimenopause? No. The lymphatic person is going to tell you if you do a daily lymphatic detox and you rebound, you'll lose the stubborn weight. The hormone specialist is going to tell you about bioidentical hormones, and they're going to tell you about hormone balancing supplements. And all of these people do bring valuable things to the conversation. But if we don't know how to navigate them, two problems happen. One, we go way too narrow, or we go way too broad. And I'll tell you exactly what I mean and exactly what you can do to make sure that doesn't happen to you. Too narrow. An example of this is you say you just go, I'm going to do this really intensive cellular detox and I'm going to get rid of the brain fog. I'm going to be sleeping like a baby. I'm going to lose the excess weight. It will balance my hormones. I saw all the studies. I saw the social proof. I'm in it. I'm doing it. I have a lot of women come to my office. That's the case. And they're like, what am I doing wrong? It's supposed to work. I saw all the before and afters, but it's not working for me. What up? That's a case of going too narrow. In truth, navigating perimenopause, there's a lot of systems involved. Not just one, not just detox. Your stress system's involved. Your gut is involved. Your hormonal system's involved. Your immune system is involved. There are a lot of pieces in your body. And when we only focus on one of those systems, that's like that example of if they have a hammer, you become a nail. These really well-meaning, really great, amazing practitioners can be in this case where it's they just see it work so many times for certain people that they want to shout it from the rooftops. And then sometimes that can give you too much confidence. This is the silver bullet that will make all the difference. Okay. Now, too broad. The far end of the spectrum, I always know if I have I have someone come into me for a new patient appointment, they come in, they sit down and they have a grocery shopping bag. I know what's going to happen. We're going to go through a list of maybe 30, 40 supplements. We've got hormone balancing things. We've got ashwagandha. We've got sleep aids. We've got digestive aids. We've got probiotics. We got extra iron, all the things. And every single time without fail, this person is okay, they're really applying themselves. They're really trying. But it's chaotic. Maybe you're if this is you, I actually don't know how to know if it's working. Do I actually feel better? What is happening? If I take something away, I feel worse. But then when I add things in, I'm not really sure if it's helping. This is a case of things have gotten way too chaotic and messy. And I do see this in a lot of the functional medicine space because in functional medicine, the focus is really looking at advanced labs and understanding where your function is changing. And the solution oftentimes in maybe some unseasoned practitioners is that they want to treat it all at once. Oh, I see something over here in your nervous system and in your gut and in your detox pathway and over here in your neurotransmitters and mental health. And we're just going to give you all the things all at once. Trouble is when we go too broad, the body doesn't know what to do with that. It's you go in to a lake and just stir up all the silt at the bottom. And before you know it, it's this muddy, murky mess. You don't know what's working. You don't know what's not working. There's no strategy at play here. And a lot of times people just feel way worse. And they're I'm kind of scarred now from this experience. I'm okay, let's clean the slate. We don't want to go too narrow. We don't want to go too broad. What we want is strategy. And the strategy, especially in my world, given my broad skill set, is to work with foundational systems first. And as we work to normalize function there, to make it optimal, to make the body work the best it can, for your genetics. We work on those foundations first, build a little momentum, and then once they're working, you don't need to supplement them anymore. You pull back. Then you do the next thing. You build on it, and you start to create this momentum where you get your life back. Like the weight just comes off, and it's not a crash diet. It's not some crazy thing that you have to suffer for and like really hurt yourself. No, we want to find the sustainable way of like the systems and patterns and lifestyle that you can maintain while rebuilding your systems, giving them what they need to heal in the order that the body heals in. So that's what I want to share with you next, the order that the body heals in. And I'll give you like a little insight into testing, because I mean, how many women are like, I went to the PCP and they ran the panel. And you're like, okay, I think that's like the panel. Is there like a standard panel we all get once a year? No. Some doctors are running like, if you ever take your car in for an oil change, like some docs are running like the 3-point check. Like I look at these labs, I'm like, they spent like $18 on this. We don't really know. For perimenopause, the systems involved, we don't know anything. We just know you're not imminently dying of like anemia or a liver disease. That's about all we know from that. Some doctors will run something more like a 21-point, the like 40-point inspection, but it's like pretty rare that we get anything a little bit more expanded or comprehensive than that in the mainstream world. So just know like the panel, it doesn't really mean a lot. So we're going to go order of operations and then a little insight into like maybe some labs that you would want to poke around at to like really actually get a sense for like what's happening in your body. Because the more we know, the more pinpointed, targeted, quit wasting your time, quit wasting your money, quit throwing spaghetti at the wall. We can be like serious and direct. Step number 1 is always, 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 without fail, stress systems. This is your nervous system. So it can sound kind of ambiguous, but like nervous system is sleep. It's our mood. It's our attitude about life. It's that we're like giving ourselves white space and we're actually allowing our brain to slow down and stop being go, go, go all of the time. So nervous system is part of our stress system. But we have hormones involved in the stress system too, and that is the adrenals. So really looking at the nervous system and the adrenals and the state of those systems is key. My favorite test here is something called the Dutch Complete. We get to see what's happening in the adrenals. How well are they keeping up with the amount of stress that you're under? Why aren't you sleeping well will show up in this test. You also get a little insight into neurotransmitters. So if we're having brain fog in perimenopause, like I can't remember why I came in this room, or like where did I put my keys, like every day, constantly, like I'm not really having answers from my boss in the afternoon, after lunch, I'm like useless. Like, okay, like focus is starting to dwindle. We get a little insight into that with the Dutch test because it shows us how well your adrenals are making chemicals of focus, neurotransmitters like dopamine, norepinephrine. Get a window into that. How well are you making melatonin? All of that. That's foundational. From there, once that's in a good place, you can look at pulling into the adrenals, normalizing adrenal function just based on the labs. If nothing's really going wrong there, you can move forward. You can move on and still expect that you'll create momentum. Step number 2 is that's when you want to really look at the gut. That's when you really want to look at nutrition and the gut and like, how are you eating? Are you inflamed in your gut and your brain because of stuff happening in digestion? And a lot of people, I will tell you, a lot of women that I work with don't really think they have a lot going on with their gut until we do some thorough gut work. Like they're like, had just maybe normalized bloating, maybe normalized a little bit of queasiness or like a lack of appetite, kind of like feeling unwell in the morning. Like they just gotten so used to it that they stopped noticing those things. Those are important indicators. It's ways that the body communicates like, this isn't the most balanced that it could be. And because so much of our immune system hangs out in the gut, when we have a lot of inflammation, like joints are achy in perimenopause, or like I'm not recovering very well after exercise. Maybe I am really bloated by the end of the day. My pants are tight and I feel like, what happened? Am I pregnant? And it's like by the morning you feel like flat tummy again. You're like, okay, this is indicating that there's an imbalance in the gut. Once stress systems are under play, we can move on to the gut. 2 tests I think are indispensable here, and that's food sensitivity testing The LCAT is the one I always go for because it's a million times better than IgG testing. And something like the GI map or GI effects, where we actually just look at the microbiome. What microbes are present? Are there parasites? Are there viral overgrowth? Is there yeast overgrowth? Like, what is happening? Is digestion working? Are you making enough enzymes? All of this information is key for building that next layer of momentum. Majority of women I work with, by the time they get to the end of a really good gut healing protocol, maybe 75% of their symptoms are already improving. And that's before we've gotten to hormone balancing. And the reason they come to me is for hormone balancing. These foundations are that important. They really are that important. And after a gut cleanse, only then let the detox people talk to you. Do not do detox until you have a really good, solid, healthy gut function. Otherwise, you're stirring up that silt at the bottom of the lake and you have no filter to pull it out. So it's making you feel crappy, making your energy sluggish, making the brain fog worse, making your body pain worse. If you've noticed that, it's detox too fast, too soon. And then looking at nutrient status, hormone balancing, like whether it's thyroid or whether it's sex hormones, that then becomes this very delicate process where you don't need a whole lot. You don't need the sledgehammer. You don't need the highest dose of estrogen and progesterone and all of this in order to sleep. It can start to become something where you're fine tuning, and it a little bit goes a long way. And this truly is the recipe I've seen for women work, to where you don't end up having to take 20, 30 things all the time, hundreds of dollars of supplements every month. It's kind of like you just move in phases, heal the body, and then get to where it's like, okay, what kind of basic nutrients do you need to maintain? That should be the long-term conversation, and not how many systems need crutches, basically. So I hope that that is extremely helpful. I know, and the women in my role, I worked with over 1,000 women in the last decade, specifically on perimenopause and how to really restore optimal well-being in this latter part of life, rather than succumbing to kind of standard American degeneration. That is not the path. We know where that path goes, and we don't need to choose that, even those of us who want to opt for more really natural remedies. So that's you. Hopefully this bird's eye view, go through it again, take notes, let it guide you, let it guide your process, so you're not just like wasting time shooting in the dark. And for those of you who want accountability and support, these labs, exactly that process, it's what I do. It's my passion, it's my profession, it's what I do. I'll put a link in the description field below. Feel free to reach out, and we just start with a free call. All right. Hope that's helpful. Take care.